Hi everyone, this is a review of Village Candle wax melts. And the first and only other time I reviewed Village Candle wax melts was in September 2015. They were called Simmer Blends back then. I had reviewed 8 scents at that time, and for the most part I was not impressed. I did have better luck with these scents. But although the scent blends, quality, and throw on many of these were quite good, and of course many were not, as is the case with any brand, I don't think they're good enough to warrant the $4 price. I did get them on sale for $3, so if you want to try out Village Candle wax melts, it's best to wait for a sale. Like I said, many of these had strong throw, some had medium throw, some had mild throw. The scents for a lot of them are really good, but again, I don't think they were good enough to warrant the $4 price tag. So, and it's $4 for 2.2 ounces, whereas if you get wax from Walmart, it's $2 for 2.5 ounces. And you get to sniff before you buy. So, again, these are nice, and I'm going to go through each one of them. Now, currently they're having a 30% off sale on holiday fragrances. If you use the code STOCKUP at checkout, that's STOCKUP at checkout, you can get that 30% discount on the holiday fragrances. I don't know if that includes wax melts. I don't know how long that discount is good for. So as of today, it's still going on. So the first one we'll do is Acai Burrito. I believe this is a brand new scent. Oh, and their wax it looks like it's soft wax, but it's not. It's actually hard wax, which is nice. The notes are acai berries blended with sheer musk and light tobacco. This is a raw wood patchouli tobacco scent with a cologne note. I think I also smell a barely detectable smidgen of fruit on cold sniff, but not at all when melted. I expected a more fruity scent based on the name and the notes. It smells fantastic though, but disappointingly, the throw was faint, like 1 out of 5. Like I had to stick my nose up to it in order to smell it. I don't even think it's strong enough to throw well in even a tiny bathroom. And that's really a shame because it's a really nice scent. But yeah, and that's what I found the last time is when their wax melts don't throw well, they throw really, really poorly. So, unfortunately, that one was a bust. Next is Berry Blossom. The notes are passion flower, raspberry, lush greens, and a light creamy musk. It's a lovely floral scent with a fruity note that smells like red currant, which is a fig-like soapy scent with a very slight berry note and only a smidgen of sweetness, mixed with a slightly sweeter fruit, perhaps peach or even cranberry. It's a great scent, and it's not overly sweet because of the tartness of the fruits, but it's also not a tart, bitter scent. It's very, very nice. Throw was mild, 2.5 out of 5, so would only do well in a very, very small room. Small to medium-sized room. Next is Coastal Christmas. Notes are ocean salt air, sea kelp, and balsam. This one smells a little bit like Better Homes and Gardens Fragrant Woodland Walk. I thought it did, but when it's melted, it does not. It's definitely pine, but I also smell a clean, ozone-y note in the background. It's not a sweet or perfumey scent at all. It has a little bit of a slightly sour Play-Doh note, though, and if it weren't for that note, I would love this scent. But a lot of people, it got a lot of good reviews, so maybe that's just me. Maybe you'll love it. The throw was medium, 3 to 3.5 out of 5. Next is Forest Morning. The notes are crisp air, fresh water, forest moss, and timber. And on cold sniff, this smells like pine mixed with peppery, slightly zesty herbs that smell very authentic. It's not a typical zesty, lemony herbal scent that smells like a salad. It smells like someone just cut the grass and there were some zesty weeds mixed in and you can smell them in the air. Very natural. Melted, I still smell those notes, but it loses some of the zesty authenticity and has more of a musty quality that I don't care for as much. The scent notes are definitely leaving a few notes out. So, yeah, I wanted to like it, but unfortunately, it was just kind of meh for me. But the throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5. Home for Christmas. Notes are sweet rum and butter blend with a medley of fruit scents. This is one of the best holiday scents I've ever smelled. There's so many notes in here, and I don't know where to begin. I smell apple, maybe, or pear, cinnamon, vanilla, maybe a smidgen of ginger, which sound like pretty standard notes, but it's rich and sugary sweet with powdered sugar type notes. So it may also contain caramel, a hint of cloves, maybe molasses or rum. But what makes this different is a barely detectable smidgen of pine and a very subtle nutty note way in the background. And I don't see those notes in the scent notes at all, but I think I really do smell a tiny bit of pine way in the background. It's a very complex and wonderful holiday scent, and the throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5. Honey patchouli. Notes are golden honey with essence of patchouli oil. I don't know why it's purple. I smell patchouli with a tobacco note and a little bit of the honey, even though the scent is not overly sweet, but the throw is very faint, 1 out of 5. Like the Acai Burrito, it would not even do well in a tiny bathroom. So that's a shame because it smelled pretty good. Next is Just For You. The notes are this is that's doing a Scentsy type thing where there's leaving some oils at the bottom. So maybe you might have to store this on its, instead of storing it upright, you might have to store it flat. I've never seen that before. The notes are the sweet perfumed air of a flower shop with rose, fresh cut stems, lush greens, and baby's breath. This is a nice floral scent that smells like a combination of rose and peony. The peony is slightly bitter, but not enough to be annoying. It does smell like a flower shop with freshly cut dewy flowers. I don't think it's quite as authentic as the wild rose scent, which I will review a little bit later, but I still really like it. Unfortunately, the scent dissipated within an hour or so, so it really did not last long. The throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5. Next is Mountain Retreat. Notes are deep red berries, warm amber, and crushed peppercorns. This scent is fantastic. I smell plum and possibly cranberries, although it's not a tart scent, along with cinnamon, a light woodsy note, and a sweet floral like honeysuckle or orange blossom. It's an unusual combination of notes that work perfectly together, although it's not a mountain type of scent. Looking at the notes, I guess the amber is the floral that I think I smell. I do detect a smidgen of a peppery note, but I'm surprised I don't see cinnamon in the scent notes because I do smell a hint of that. Melted, I smell mostly an orange blossom type scent, and the rest of the notes are in the background. I love this scent, and the throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5. Next is Patchouli Plum. Notes are dark fruit and woody notes, plum and musky patchouli with a splash of raspberry. I didn't know what to expect based on cold sniff, as I really couldn't tell what I was smelling, but melted, it's fabulous. Oh, and it says limited edition. It's a combination of plum with a rich cherry tobacco note and a little bit of light woods and rich warm amber. It's nothing like Sugar Plum Fairy, which I will review, which is sweet and more plummy. This scent has just a hint of sweetness, and the tobacco note is in the forefront. I think I do smell patchouli, but it's not as strong as the name would suggest. It's very rich and warm. My description does not do it justice, and the throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5. Powder Fresh. Notes are lily of the valley, muguet, baby powder, and vanilla. It's baby powder. That's what it is. It's baby powder, maybe slightly sweeter and a tiny bit more flowery. It's fantastic, and the throw is bold, 5 out of 5. It took over the entire house. I would buy a ton of these. So this was the winner. I love this one. Next is Scarlet Berry Tulip. Notes are jasmine, violet, raspberry, and blonde woods, which sounds fantastic. I can't figure out what I'm smelling, but it's very complex with a lot of different notes, and it smells great. I definitely smell a floral like jasmine and berries, maybe raspberry or blackberry, and a warm note like amber, maybe a hint of citrus because it has a tiny bit of zest in the background, and possibly tobacco and patchouli. Absolutely fantastic. Some of the same notes as some of what I'm smelling is actually in the scent notes, some are not. As I might not have mentioned, I don't look at the scent notes until I've actually done my review because I don't want my nose to be swayed by what I think it should smell like. The throw on this one, unfortunately, was faint, like a 2.5 out of 5, so it only do well in a really small room. Next is Sleigh Ride, notes of fresh outdoors, cedar, and pine. This is not the scent I expected based on the name. It's a fresh but soapy men's body wash type scent with a hint of light wood and a smidgen of pine. I don't smell nearly as much pine as I expected based on the notes. It's not sweet at all like cologne. It's a pleasant scent. The throw is medium, 3.5 out of 5. Smoked birch. Notes are amber, birch bark, and musk with a touch of fresh cologne. They only had this available in the votive, and it was $1. It was on sale for $1. So I don't know if that means that it's no longer available in the wax melts, or it was discontinued, or what. But this is a super rich, smoky scent that's so authentic it smells like burning mesquite. There's no other scent like it. I don't detect any cologne notes at all. And it's not sweet. It just smells like a campfire with rich, aromatic mesquite wood. It's incredible. It smells almost exactly like sensational smoked birch from Meijer's stores. But it's nothing like Yankee Candle's silver birch, which is a completely different scent. The throw is strong, 3.5 out of 5. So what I did is I just kind of chunked some of it up and put it in the warmer. Next is Sugar Plum Fairy. Notes are damask plum is blended with pomegranate, wrapped with golden amber and raspberry, and dusted with white cedar wood. This is a fantastic scent that smells like a lot of other plum and blackberry based scents out there, like Scentsy Luna, Goose Creek Moonlit Bloom, and Sensational's Midnight Summer. It has a deep plum or blackberry base with a perfumey note and a rich amber note for warmth. This version is much richer and more intense than others I've smelled, so much that it almost has like a slightly salty note, although it is a sweet scent. I adore the scent, and the throw is strong, 4 out of 5. Summer Breeze. Notes are crystal waters, driftwood, and honeysuckle. This is a watery, fresh air scent with a little bit of a floral like honeysuckle or orange blossom, and it might have a little bit of a vanilla note. It's a pleasant scent, although it has a hint of bitterness that I don't care for. But most people will probably not even detect that because, again, I'm like very, very sensitive to bitter notes. Looking at the notes, I do smell a little bit of light wood. The throw was medium, 3 to 3.5 out of 5. Next is Sunrise. Notes are pineapple, dahlia, and sheer musk. This is a sweet, powdery, perfumey floral with a honeysuckle note and a smidgen of fruit, apricot and strawberry perhaps. It also has a tiny bit of a tropical note, so the fruit might be pineapple. It's a very nice scent. The throw is mild, 2.5 to 3 out of 5. Next is Wild Rose. Notes are rose paired with peonies, mandarin, and sandalwood. This is a nice old-fashioned tea rose scent. It smells more authentic than most rose scents I've smelled, and it doesn't have that rose-scented soap or perfumey note that I usually detect. I love this perfect rose scent. Looking at the notes, I do detect a smidgen of light wood that gives this scent some of its authenticity, but I don't smell mandarin or orange at all. And the throw is bold, 5 out of 5. Took over the entire house. And last is Winter Clementine. Notes are clementine, balsam, and tart citrus. Clementine is like a small orange. Pine and citrus has always been one of my favorite combinations, and this scent blends them perfectly. It's an authentic pine needle scent, probably the most authentic pine scent I've ever smelled, blended with a mix of orange and grapefruit. It is absolutely fantastic. I would buy like tons of these. The throw is strong, 4 out of 5. So there you have it. My favorites out of these in terms of the scent and the throw, well, Powder Fresh, definitely. Wild Rose, Winter Clementine, Sugar Plum Fairy, and Home for Christmas. Oh, and Mountain Retreat. So there are some really good ones here. Again, too many of them don't throw well or don't smell good. So I don't know if I would buy these again unless they really went like on sale. If you want to read a text version of this review, go to scentedwaxmeltreviews.com. You can find the link to this review underneath this video, and also join our Facebook group where we discuss all different brands and scents of retail and store-bought wax melt brands. And you can find the link to our Facebook group underneath this video and on scentedwaxmeltreviews.com. Have a good day.